One of these men has been as deep beneath the sea as man can ever go. What is your name, please?
My name is Don Walsh. My name is Don Walsh.
My name is Don Walsh.
Only one of these men is the real Lieutenant Don Walsh. The other two are imposters and will try to fool this panel. Tom Poston, Pat Carroll, Don Ameche, and Betty White on To Tell the Truth with your host, Bud Collier.
Thank you very much, and welcome once again to Tell the Truth. Tell the Truth is brought to you this week by Dristan Nasal Mist, the new decongestant spray for relief of miseries of sinus congestion and head colds. Betty, it's awful nice to have you back.
Well, it's lovely to be back, Bud, but that sneaky Peggy Cass with 9 right.
You did all right, didn't you?
Polly and I took a vote, and we think she ought to be drummed out of the Corps.
She drummed herself out. She ran right after she did it. Pat, a warm welcome to you.
Well, thank you very much, Bud.
I hope you enjoyed. I think you will.
Oh, I'm sure I will.
I know we'll enjoy you. Panel, will you please open your affidavit envelopes, take out the affidavit cards, and follow along as I read from mine. I, Lieutenant Don Walsh, am officer in charge of the Navy's deep diving research bathyscaphe, Trieste. Jacques Picard and I set a new depth record when we reached bottom at the deepest known spot in all the oceans. For 30 minutes, we rested in the silt at a depth of 35,800 feet, almost 7 miles beneath the surface of the Pacific. We had been deeper by 2 miles than man had ever ventured before. Signed, Lieutenant Don Walsh. Panel, here you have just met 3 nice young men, each one claiming to be Lieutenant Don Walsh, underwater explorer. And let us begin this first round of questioning with Betty White. Betty?
Thank you, Bud. Number 1, what is the difference between a bathyscaphe and a bathysphere?
Bathysphere is lowered on a cable.
Number 2, how does a bathyscaphe differ from that?
It's a flotation mechanism that is lowered with weights.
Number 3, is there any difference in the shape of the two?
Yes, there is.
Lots of luck. What is it? What is the difference in the shape?
A bathysphere is a sphere. It's round.
Thank you. Number 1, what is the shape of a bathyscaphe?
Well, bathyscaphe is sausage shape with a sphere on the bottom.
Number 3, did you find any life on the bottom of the ocean that deep?
Yes, we did.
Number 2, did the fish tend to be flat?
Tom Poston, please.
Flat fish. All right, I'll start with number 2. What is the previous history of your partner in this, Mr. Picard? Doesn't he come from a family of deep-sea divers, number 2?
Yes, he is. His father is Auguste Picard.
Number 1, what discovery was the very first one you made on your trip? First thing you discovered from a scientific standpoint.
Which trip?
The first trip. The one where you went the deepest of all. I mean, the one where you, I don't know what I'm talking about.
We discovered that we could do it. Is that what you mean?
Well, not right away. That wasn't the first discovery. Number 3, is there something that you could tell me about right away? You discovered something as you had descended that you hadn't previously anticipated.
It was wet.
Number 2, do you know what I'm talking about even?
There were certain currents in the water which impeded our descent.
Well, that's possibly earliest.
Pat Carroll, please.
Number 2, what are the knees of a ship? I've watched the show before. I just wanted you to know that.
You have to. It's where the vertical and the horizontal frames are joined.
Mm-hmm. I just asked. I didn't know. Number 1, what is the previous depth record? It says here that we had been deeper by 2 miles than man had ever ventured before. What was the last record held that you went 2 miles more than?
Our own record, which was 24,000 feet.
I see. Number 3, who is Jacques Cousteau?
Jacques Cousteau is the, I think he's considered the father of skin diving right now.
Mm-hmm.
Don?
Number one, what is the value of these these runs that you make, these depth descents?
Well, I suppose just the exploration of the unknown.
Number two, would you know what the exact reason for these descents are?
To precisely measure the deepest depth underwater and discover if life exists.
Number three, would you concur with these answers?
Generally.
Number one, what is the pressure at 35,000 feet per square inch?
8 tons per square inch.
8, would you agree with that, number two?
Yes.
Whether he does or not, we all have to agree that it's time to vote. So will you kindly do so right now, panel? That means, of course, without consultation, will you mark your ballots and vote thereby for number 1, number 2, or number 3. As is our custom, the team of challengers will receive $250 for every incorrect vote. All ballots marked?
No, mine isn't.
Could we go around once more?
I wish we could. I find it interesting. Tom, have you marked yet?
No, I'm going back over the no answers.
I thought you were communing with the spirit.
Gee, I guess, oh,
All right, for whom did you vote?
I voted for number 3. I didn't get a chance to go back over all of the answers to figure out why.
Pat, which one did you think is the real
Well,
one?
you notice I had to cross it out because I had 2 down first because he looked so nautical and kind of clean cut around the chin. But I went to number 1 again because he's wearing a gorgeous red vest, which would lead me to believe he's kind of a liver and would go down in the ocean. Good choice.
All right, I'm with you. Don Ameche, your vote, please.
But I voted for number 2, and after that explanation to Pat as to why she voted for number 1, I wish I could change my vote here.
Betty.
Well, a liver wouldn't spend too much time below the sea, I shouldn't think. But Don, you chickened out on me. Don said that number 2 couldn't be it because his hat didn't fit. But I still voted for him because number 3 seemed a little tall to fit into a bathyscaphe.
All right. Could have bent his knees and ooched down a bit, I guess. But in any event, there we have it, the way we voted, and now it's up to you to vote along with us and see how right or wrong you may be, because we're about to find out which one of these 3 gentlemen is the real underwater explorer. So will the real Don Walsh please stand up? Well, it's a real privilege to have you with us, sir, believe me.
It takes one to know one.
You said that from one liver to another, you mean? All right, number 2, would you tell us your real name and what you really do, sir?
My name is Picard Wagner, Public Information Supervisor for AT&T.
And now, number 3, your real name and what you do, please.
My name is Carson McLean. I'm a marketing representative for E.I. DuPont de Nemours.
Well, we check up on our score, and we find that there were, let me see, 1, 2, 3 incorrect votes at $250 each for a not untidy little sum of $750 from Tristan Nasal Mist, and, of course, a gift package of fine products from the makers of Tristan Nasal Mist. Thank you for being with us, gentlemen, and sharing your experiences with us. Good night and good luck. All right, panel, let's meet our next team of challengers.
What is your name, please?
My name is Patricia McCormick.
My name is Patricia McCormick.
My name is Patricia McCormick.
Follow along once again, panel, if you will, please, with your copies of this affidavit. I, Patricia McCormick, am a bullfighter. I was the first woman from this country to fight bulls professionally. I have appeared in bull rings both in Mexico and South America. To date, I have fought more than 300 bulls. Signed, Patricia McCormick. These ladies, each one claiming to be Patricia McCormick, lady bullfighter. And we'll start this round of questioning with Tom Poston. Tom?
Oh, thank you. Let's see. Miss McCormick, number one, what does the expression on wheels mean in regard to bullfighting?
Speed, fastness, how fast the bull is rolling.
Number two, do you agree with that?
No, I'm not familiar with this term.
This term on wheels. Do you know number three, just by chance?
It could refer to that. It also could refer to the cart used in the practice of killing.
Number three, do you happen to know what the traditional song or tune, the musical composition that one associates with bullfighting?
I believe you're thinking of La Virgen de Macarena.
Yes, I am. Number two? No, number one. What does planting the hooks mean?
Putting in the banderillas.
And how is that accomplished?
Pat?
Number one, you are, say, the first well-known lady bullfighter from this country. Are there any other well-known women fighters in bulls?
Yes, Conchita Cintrón has a reputation.
Thank you. Number two...
You must be kind now. You must be kind.
Wow, there's a bit of a professional zinging in there. Number two, what is the name of the outfit that toreros wear?
The particular one that I have on is called a traje corto.
I see. Number three, how or why would you connect the name Barnaby Conrad with bullfighting?
I believe he's the author of two very fine bullfighting books.
Mm-hmm.
Don? Number one, what is Arusa's first name?
Carlos.
Number two, what does he do now?
He is retired.
What does he do? What does he do for a living?
He is in Mexico at this time, and he is raising bulls.
Number three, what does mano a mano mean?
Mano a mano are two matadors fighting in competition.
Number one, who was it fought mano a mano when Manolete was killed?
Luis Miguel Dominin.
Yeah. Number two, is Belmonte still alive?
Belmonte is still alive, yes.
Number three, about how old would he be?
Oh, I'd say offhand close to 70.
Number one, who is...
Betty? Who is Betty?
Thank you, Bud. Number one, who is? Number one, why do you fight bulls?
The excitement and the challenge.
Number two, why do you fight bulls?
The beauty of the art, the excitement, the challenge of competition in a field that is predominantly for a man.
Number three, what's your reason?
Oh, because it started as an obsession. Now it's the only thing I do know to do.
Number one, what is the difference between a toreador and a picador?
The picador places the vara, or the large pick, into the back of a bull. The toreador kills the bull.
You just lost me, you know that.
Well, lost or not, we'll find you in time for voting, I'm sure, Betty. So will you, panel, please, since time is gone for questioning, mark your ballots. As usual, without consultation, vote for number one, number two, or number three. We all set? Okay, Tom, for whom did you vote this time?
Gee, I really touted myself off at the very last second. I was sure it was number one.
So you voted for?
Gee, well, I still think it was number one. But I voted for number three.
Okay. Pat, for whom did you vote?
I voted for number one because she not only seemed knowledgeable, but she looks like a lady who wouldn't be a bullfighter lady.
Who wouldn't be?
Yes.
All righty. We like some reasoning like that every week. Don?
Well, I voted for number three, and this is pure guess. This is another one of those tributes to Willie Stein and the way these people have been drilled. Boy, they really have been drilled.
Beautiful.
The questions that I was answering were kind of good questions, I thought, but I got nowhere with them, none of them.
Betty?
I voted for number two because Tom couldn't decide between one and three.
All right.
Look at that vote. That's just the way it's going to be all night. That Willie Stein is a cruel man.
Well, as in bullfighting, we on this show have our own particular moment of truth. And this is it, right now, as we discover which one of these ladies is the real professional bullfighter. So, will the real Patricia McCormick please stand up? Tom, are you still sorry you didn't vote for number one?
No, but I think I should be disqualified. I obviously copped out there.
I thought all we should do was simply present your ears to Patricia.
May I ask a question?
Please, Don.
Prior to today, either number one or number two know anything about bullfighting?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
Ah, well, this makes a big difference.
All right, number one, let's find out about you. Now, what is your real name and what do you really do?
My name is Jennifer Brown, and I'm a researcher for the Kennecott Copper Corporation here in New York.
Thank you. And number two, if you tell us your real name and what you really do.
My name is Barbara Shepard, and I'm a stewardess with Pan American World Airways.
Again, we come to a checkup of the score, and we find that two of our panelists did guess correctly, but that means two guessed incorrectly. So at $250 each for wrong votes, we have a total of $500 for you ladies, as well as, of course, a gift package of fine products from the makers of Dristan Nasal Mist. Thank you very much for being with us. I don't think you found it quite as serious as a bull ring, but good night and God bless you. Now, may I present our third team of challengers.
What is your name, please?
My name is Grover C. Criswell.
My name is Grover C. Criswell.
My name is Grover C. Criswell.
Follow along once again, panel, if you will, please. I, Grover C. Criswell, am the mayor of St. Petersburg Beach, Florida. My profession, however, is buying and selling Confederate money. And the book I have authored is now considered the standard catalog on the subject. The $25 million that I own makes me the richest man in the world in Confederate money. Signed, Grover C. Criswell. Here we have three gentlemen in a different category of being the richest man in the world with Confederate money. Each one claiming to be this. Grover C. Criswell. We'd start this round with Don Ameche. Don?
Thank you, Bud. I don't mean to be fresh with this question, number one, but what is your salary?
About $6,000 a year as mayor.
About?
Yes, because I have other means.
Well, no, I mean as mayor. What exactly?
$5,750.
And what is your salary, number two?
$7,800.
And number three?
$6,740.
I see, thank you.
It all depends on which side of the tracks you're
Yes, I understand. Number two, what is your term as mayor?
2 years. I have a year to serve, Don.
You still have a year to go. Number three, how far is St. Petersburg from St. Petersburg Beach?
About 10 miles.
Number one, who trains at St. Petersburg? What team?
The Yankees and the St. Louis Cardinals.
Number two, where are the Yankees going next year?
Fort Lauderdale.
Betty?
Thank you, Bud. Number one, what is the going rate for Confederate money? How much, if I had $1, how much Confederate money would that buy?
Well, how much would it buy?
How much Confederate money could I buy with $1?
Oh, $1.
Oh, a dollar for dollar?
At this present time, yes, ma'am.
You are loaded. Number two, what is the largest denomination bill in Confederate money?
$1,000 was the largest it was ever made.
Number three, what was the smallest denomination?
50 cents.
Number one, what was the largest denomination?
$1,000.
You two boys have gotten together. Number three, who was the last mayor of St. Petersburg Beach?
Bill Miller.
Tom?
Thank you. Number three is J. Linwood King, a dealer in Confederate money.
I don't know. I never heard of him.
Well, he used to tell me to save my Confederate money because the South would rise again. And I know he's got a bundle in that kind of stuff. Do you think, number two, do you think the centennial will increase the value of your funny money?
It's not funny money. It's worth it.
Yeah.
I'm going to display my money at Atlanta, Georgia in about 2 months. The entire collection I have, Tom, and I doubt that it will increase in value because it's pretty valuable already. A $1,000 bill is worth $1,000 now.
What does your tie say, number two?
I want Confederate.
Money meaning?
Anything, Confederate.
Now, I don't know whether this is a cricket question or not, because I don't think it could be construed as a commercial. But what is the title of your book? Excuse me, number 2. What is the
Confederate and Southern State Currency.
Number 3, what is the title of your book?
Same thing.
Number 1?
That's correct.
Just checking. Number 2, what are your duties as mayor in St. Petersburg Beach?
Well, to welcome Marilyn Monroe and Joe DiMaggio like I have the past few days, to hold city council meetings and the general mayor's duties.
What are your office hours?
There's no office hours. I get down like most politicians when it...
I see. All right.
That's it. And like most politicians, we have to close our ballot boxes right now because it's time for us to mark these ballots and vote and find out what's what. So without consultation, will you vote, please, panel? For number 1, for number 2, or for number 3? Tom is off in his own world tonight. I don't know quite what is it.
I usually know what I want to vote for, and
do.
I did before. I did until Patty started questioning. And then number 2 just put me right off with those great
answers. Who was your vote?
Number 3.
Number 3.
I'm afraid,
number 3.
I'm afraid I still go for number 2 because he got so irate when Tom said funny money.
All right, Don, your vote.
I voted for number 2 for 2 reasons. I would hate to think that a city that, like St. Petersburg Beach, would pay less than $700 to $800 a year to a mayor. And also, he looks like a wonderful Southern gentleman that I know by the name of Fred Hooper. And, pardon me?
He said thank you. Betty.
I think I'm being lulled into a sense of security here because we got more answers from number 2. We didn't question number 1 and 3 quite as much. Number 1 looks like a mayor more than anybody. Number 3 was very well informed, but I'm going to go not for, Pat, but with number 2.
All right, well, there we have it. Now let's find out. We have, again, a split vote of 3 and 1 and none. So let's see who's right and who's wrong. And you playing along with us at home, are you? All right, this is your moment of reckoning, too. As we discover which one of these gentlemen is the real richest man in the world in Confederate money. So will the real Grover C. Criswell please stand up? Man and boy, I've been doing this show for 4.5 years, and that was the sneakiest finale I've ever seen. Boy, they must have rehearsed that down. What timing. What
Willie Stein is taking acting lessons along with all the other things he's doing.
They are marvelous.
All right, let's find out about these other 2. Now, number 1, would you tell us your real name and what you really do, please?
I'm William R. Boyd III, the Director of Domestic Aviation Sales for the City Service Oil Company.
Thank you. And number 2, you garnered most of the votes and did the best fooling. What is your real name and what do you do?
My name is James C. Fletcher, Jr. I'm a vice president of Midnight Sun Broadcasting Company in Alaska.
That must be Southern Alaska.
I'm going to make an observation. This man missed his calling.
He sure did. Couldn't have gotten any farther away from the South than he tried.
No.
Oh, boy. Well, let's check on the score here now. We find that thanks to some good fooling, we, on the part of our challengers, again, there were 3 incorrect votes at $250 each. For the second time tonight, a total from Dristan of $750. Gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed your visit. On your way out, you'll receive a gift package of fine products from the makers of Dristan Nasal Mist. Thanks so much for being with us. Good night. Good luck to you. Good night, panel.
Good night, Bud.
Bud Collier saying good night from Dristan Nasal Mist and reminding you to tell the truth. Good night, everybody.
To Tell the Truth is a Mark Goodson, Bill Todman production. Miss Carroll's gown is by Seal Chapman.
The name in our mailbox is Porter,
To our friends, we're Pete and Gladys.
and we're at home next on most of these stations.
Drop in.
To Tell the Truth has been brought to you tonight by Infrarub, the European discovery for hours of relief from chronic minor pain of arthritis, rheumatism, muscular aches. Johnny Olson speaking for To Tell the Truth. This program was pre-recorded.